can discuss a new portion of our chapter, the making of Germany and Italy. And first we can discuss the unification of Germany. So what was the background we can discuss? After 1848, nationalism in Europe, it moved away from its connection, its association with the democracy and revolution. Nationalism moved away from its association with the democracy and revolution. Earlier you know that the liberal, educated, middle class people, they promoted the nationalist feelings. Now there were some changes occurred that we are going to discuss. So conservatives, they promoted the nationalist sentiments. They carried the nationalist sentiments in order to strengthen the state power and also dominate all over the Europe. So conservatives, they spread the nationalist sentiments. Why? These conservatives, they want to strengthen their government. They want to dominate all over the Europe. That is why they mobilized nationalist sentiments. So you know that last day we discussed the Frankfurt Parliament. Whatever the events that took place in Frankfurt, we discussed now. And a type of unification process that occurred in Germany. This liberal, educated, middle class people of Germany, they tried to unify the states of German Confederation. In the year 1848, they joined together the Church of St. Paul to convene the Frankfurt Parliament we discussed, and they framed a constitution for Germany. And next what happened, they offered this crown to whom? The Frederick William IV of Prussia. But what was his response? He rejected it. He joined with the other monarchy and aristocracy. Then last what happened? The opposition from aristocracy, military, stronger, what happened? Frankfurt Parliament became a failure. So here the opposition from the monarchy, military, and the Prussian large landowners known as Junkers, they opposed this one. So what happened? The unification process that occurred in the year 1848, that was a failure. Then after 1848, this unification process of Germany was headed by Prussia. The unification process of Germany was headed by Prussia. At that time, the chief minister of Prussia was Otto von Bismarck. He was also known as the chief architect of German unification. So with the help of Prussian army and the aristocracy, 3 wars over 7 years with Austria, Denmark and France, this Otto von Bismarck, he fulfilled the attempt of the unification of Germany. So here what happened? With the help of Prussian army and aristocracy, Otto von Bismarck, he fulfilled the unification process of Germany. And here we have a question, can the army can unify, or army can unify a nation? Yes, we can answer here. The Prussian army with the leadership of Otto von Bismarck, it was happened. So how many wars occurred here? 3 wars. With which countries? Austria, Denmark and France. And it ended with the victory of Prussia. Then the unification process ended. So here the year in January 1871. January 1871, the Prussian king William I was proclaimed as the Emperor of Unified Germany. January 1871, Prussian king William I was proclaimed as the Emperor of Unified Germany. Then next, And this ceremony or crowning ceremony that was occurred in the Hall of Mirrors of Versailles Palace. So that we are going to discuss. On a very bitterly cold morning of 18th January 1871, there was an assembly occurred. All the princes of German states and the leaders of important leaders of the army, and next the representatives of the army and important ministers, and including whom Otto and Bismarck, they gathered in the Hall of Mirrors of Versailles, and they proclaimed Kaiser William I was the Emperor of Unified Germany. So this was the crowning ceremony of German monarch Kaiser William I. The Unified Germany's head Kaiser William I. Then next we have to discuss the leadership of Prussia fulfilled the unification process of Germany. So the national building process of Germany, we can see the domination of which state? Prussian state. So after this, the Prussian reforms, whatever the reforms that was introduced by the Prussia, that was followed by the remaining or the rest of the German states. So what happened there? The new state, that means the newly unified German state, it give more stress on or a strong emphasis on modernizing the currency, judiciary, banking and legal system. So this newly formed unified Germany, it gave more stress on which are things: modernizing the currency, banking, legal and judicial system. And the rest of German states followed the same. And here the unification process of Germany over. So dear students, you can see that conservatives, they spread or they mobilize the nationalist sentiments, that we can state with two examples: German unification and the Italian unification. Here the German unification headed by the Prussian king Kaiser William I, and here Otto and Bismarck, he was the chief architect of the German unification, and he got the help of Prussian army and the aristocracy. They helped Otto and Bismarck for the unification process. How many wars they conducted? 3 wars over how many years? 7 years. It ended the Prussian victory. And in which year the unification process was over? 1871. So 18th of January 1871, a crowning ceremony was held at the Palace of Versailles, and declared Kaiser William I was the Emperor of unified Germany. After that, Prussia or the newly formed unified Germany, it gave more stress on modernizing the currency, banking, legal and judicial system. And whatever the reforms are done by Prussia, it was followed by the rest of German states. Thank you.